So you mean to tell me that after 60 minutes of football that we would be looking at Ohio State losing, Vanderbilt, who was up by 14 at one point, blows the football game? I mean, guys, what are we talking about? What are we doing here? Guys, this was such a game. This was such a week that you did not need to lose if you were Ohio State. You've lost to your arch rival for the last 3 years. All the advantage is on your side. Everything was to your liking. You had the Ohio State, you had it in Buckeye Stadium, in the horseshoe. There's no more Jim Harbaugh. There's no more Blake Corum. There's no more J.J. McCarthy. There's no more Roman Wilson. There's no more of those dudes that are on there. There's no more Connor Stallions. There is no more excuses for you to be losing this game. But yet you come out and you piss down your leg throughout that football game. You blew it at the end of the day. You absolutely had so many opportunities to win this football game, but you blew it. Let me tell you why you blew it. Let's start off with a couple of drives. Bam, you get the goal line stand when you're up 3-0 early on. Your offense gets the football right back, and you turn it right back over to Michigan, and they get into the end zone on the goal line. You gifted Michigan these opportunities. You gifted Michigan these opportunities to score. You gave them the chances to get into the end zone. You couldn't capitalize off of turnovers. You absolutely had no answer for what Khalil Mullins did to you. 32 carries, $116, and a touchdown for a Michigan team that went 9 of 16 for 62 yards on the ground or in the air. Ohio State was gifted a game like this. There was no way in hell that you should be losing this football game. There is no way that this is possible, that you lose this game. No way. But you find a way to lose. You find a way to blow it. You find a way to not capitalize off the opportunities that you were given. Guys, everybody do us a favor before we hit it and go any further. Follow me on X at Lucas_Hill23. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. If you're on our Instagram, make sure you give us a follow. We're going to be going live on a daily basis. Guys, before we continue going on any further, I want to give a shout out to our good friends, over at StreamYard, first of all, for just giving us this opportunity to expand our podcast to more than just X, but also on YouTube and Instagram. We've got a total of about 50 people already in the stream. Hold on, my dad's calling. Yeah? Hey. Okay. I'm at the house. No, I heard Rowdy yelling, so I assumed the package is here. No, he's inside. But no, I'm live right now. Once I get off of it, I'm gonna go grab the package. All right. All right, bye. How about that? What? It's not often that your father calls in the middle of a stream Guys, we got 50 of you dudes in here. Holy cow. And girls, by the way. Holy cow. There's a lot of people in here. Guys, we're only 5 minutes into the stream. And I'm just getting started with what we got to talk about, bro. Because this is incredible what we're dealing with right now. I mean, it truly is unbelievable to see what's going on here. And to see how bad this game got blown if you're Ohio State. Hey, Afton, by the way. Luke Miller says, what happened to Ohio State? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, you're gifted opportunities to go down the field and score. First drive of the game, you get a field goal, but you get near the Michigan 10 and you go away from what was your go-to game. Cornell Tate had a great game if you're Ohio State. Cornell Tate was a dude today. He had 4 receptions on the very first drive. He had 2 the rest of the way. 2 the rest of the way. But I'll give Michigan credit. They kept them off the field. 33 minutes of time of possession to 26 minutes if you're Ohio State. Both teams split the turnovers with 2 apiece. But Michigan was the one that was able to take advantage of those turnovers. Let's read you a couple of the drives, especially in the first half before Ohio State got their first touchdown. So you start off the game, you get a field goal. 9 plays, 58 yards. You force Michigan at the 3-yard line. They go down the field and get inside the red zone, and you shut them down on 4th and goal. That was big for your defense. You get it at the 3-yard line, and on 3rd and 9, Will Howard floats the football, and I thought that was one of his worst throws that he had. And Amir Hall turns it all the way to the 2-yard line, and then Khalil Mullins ends up punching it in 2 plays. Michigan takes a 7-3 lead. The very next drive, Ohio State gets down inside the red zone. You get 2nd and 6, and then Quinshon Judkins run for no play. Will Howard, incomplete. And then you miss a 38-yard field goal. Guys, you cannot piss away opportunities in the red zone. You cannot. You cannot have those missed opportunities. Jaden Fielding, I mean, just wasn't his day today. I mean, he struggled throughout this entire game. He had only kicked 9 field goals up to this point, had an 88% field goal percentage. So overall, he had a pretty good leg. The longest coming into this game was 46 that he hit against Penn State. But he struggled today. Absolutely struggled today. I mean, you had so many opportunities, and you go 1 of 3 on field goals. Oh, and by the way, the drive before, you had to punt the football. But I'll give Michigan this. They wore down the time of possession, and they wore down that Ohio State front. I will give Michigan credit. They did what needed to be done. They made the plays when it mattered most. Ohio State, 0 sacks on a very underrated pass rush that you got from guys like JT Tuiamaolo, Jack Sawyer, Tyleik Williams. Guys, those dudes were irrelevant majority of this football game. I mean, you were basically irrelevant majority of this football game. Can't have it. Caleb Downs had a big interception. Jack Sawyer with a big interception. And you didn't do anything with the football. Just can't have missed opportunities like that. Oh, and by the way, to start the second half, boom. Ohio State goes 10 plays, gets a big couple of chunk plays from Travion Henderson, Carnell Tate, and Meke Buka. You tried to go to Jeremiah Smith a lot today. But Michigan knew where you were going to go with the football, and you just could not do anything. You get inside the red zone again, and you piss down your leg again. Will Howard, another interception. Inexcusable. Then the very next possession, Davis Warren gets picked off, and Ohio State has it back inside the red zone. Now you got to think, this is the opportunity that they have to score. Nope. You blew it again. Jaden Fielding, another missed field goal. Then Michigan goes down the field, 15 plays, 77 yards. Gets to the 3-yard line, and Jack Sawyer picks it off on 1st and goal. Doesn't matter because Ohio State doesn't do anything with the football. Doesn't do a dang thing with the football. They go 3 and out, they punt it. Now Michigan goes right down the field. And look, this is where the brilliance of Michigan's offense is. Khalil Mullins, run for 8 yards. Khalil Mullins, run for 4. Khalil Mullins, run for 6. 3rd and 6 at the 44. Khalil Mullins, run for 27 to the Ohio State 17. I mean, you can't help but just know about the brilliance of what Michigan did on that final drive. It was nothing but Khalil Mullins. You forced Ohio State to burn most of their timeouts. Gets to the Ohio State 3, and then Dominic Zvada kicks it through the uprights, and then the final drive was just ugly. Tried to go for it. You could have checked the football down. You should have checked the football down. And that was bad. That was bad execution if you're an Ohio State offense. And then the end of the game wasn't any better. So from what I heard from our friend Brandon Marcello of 247 Sports after the game, first of all, huge win for Michigan. Absolutely huge win. You needed that one to generate momentum for the Sharon Moore era. Absolutely needed it. Huge victory for that team. Huge victory for that program in Michigan. They didn't need to cheat, as Sharon Moore once said, and as Gus Johnson said. They didn't need to. They got it done when it mattered most. And boy, they did a great job. So, If you're Ohio State right now, man, you had so many opportunities to win this football game. That's all I can say. And you blew it at the end of the day. You absolutely blew it. There's nothing else we can say other than that. Because, guys, that was bad. That's bad for Ohio State. I mean, that's absolutely horrible if you're Ohio State. To go into that situation with all the momentum that's on your side and you blow it at the end of the day, cannot have that. Absolutely cannot have that at the end of the day. So our good friend Brian and Marcelo posted a video about all that went down following the game, because I was watching this live and there was a fight that went on. So I'm going to show you guys a video that he got from on the field. So Ohio State's Jack Sawyer ripped the flag away from Michigan, threw it amid the insanity after the game. Cops, pepper spray was used. 2 Michigan players were on the ground rubbing their faces, a photographer as well. Police later lined up at 50 to build a human wall. Inexcusable. I mean, the fight lasted for so long. How the heck do you manage to have that fight last for that long? How? Ohio and Michigan State Police should have been in there a heck of a lot sooner, because you know about this rivalry. You know what it would lead to. If you don't like them planting your flag in the middle of the field, you should have proved that throughout the game. You shouldn't have pissed down your leg whenever you got into the red zone. You shouldn't have blown opportunities that you got whenever you were in the red zone. You shouldn't have gifted Michigan with 13. Your defense wore down as the game went on. You allowed chunk plays to happen. If you're Ohio State now, you're scratching your head and saying, how in the hell did we manage to lose this game? But let me tell you, you lost this game because of just piss poor effort on the defensive side of the ball. Michigan just lined up and ran draw right down your freaking throat. And there was nothing that you can do about it. Absolutely nothing that you can do about it. Guys, we're going to wrap it up for today. Final count for today's college football nightcap. We had 65 of you hop into a quick little recap of today's stream. We'll have more to break down when we get to Monday's stream. So, guys, we will see you all then. Until next time, I'm Lucas Hill saying so long, and we will see you next time